Good morning, dear boys and girls of learners. Here is a continuation of the previous class, Introduction to Java. We had done before, right, the languages which formerly, the procedural languages or modular languages, they were using one of the two, either the interpreter or the compiler, right? The object-oriented programming like Java or Python or C# or C++, these are all languages called as object-oriented programming, which should have 5 qualities as we did in the previous class. A programming language having the 5 qualities like data abstraction, data encapsulation, inheritance, modularity and polymorphism. If you have these 5 qualities, a language is said to be an object-oriented language. What is the beauty? We have seen the history of Java, how it is evolved, right? Now I am going to tell you, before I could go to the characteristics of Java, just I would like to tell you how do we compile it. Java uses both. It uses the compiler first, then it uses the interpreter. I will show you diagrammatically, right? Class 11ers, I will show you diagrammatically. If you have a Java program, the moment it is compiled, you use a Java compiler, right? What you get is, you get a Java bytecode. I repeat again, boys and girls, bytecode. This is common to all, no matter whichever the operating system you use it. From here, we use an interpreter. As I told you before, we use the compiler, then we call JVM. Stands for Java Virtual Machine. Java Virtual Machine. What do you mean by that? For example, I work on a Java is a platform independent. What do you mean by that? Those other languages were dependent. If I do a program in one platform, I need to continue till I get my output in the very same platform. I cannot switch over from one platform to another one platform. Sir, what do you mean by the platform? Platform means, for instance, I do a program in Linux. This is one of the operating system, right? Once if I compile it, now for morning, I sit in a place, I keep working on a Linux. After some time, I move to some other place where Linux isn't there. I have some others, for example, Unix is there. What happens is, I can always switch over. Conveniently, I can work on the Unix. Though I started in Linux, I can continue my work in Unix. So from one platform to another one platform, conveniently you can switch over, hassle-free. Hassle-free. What do you mean by that? For example, simple example I'll give you, you'll understand far better than this. I type a page of text in MS Word, in MS Window. MS Window, I switch on my computer. Where it has got a Windows 10 operating system is there. I go to MS Word, I type, right? Same text, that particular document, MS Word document, I cannot use in other platform. The moment I go to iOS, I will not be, iOS means you understand, right? The Apple. If I use, I cannot open that file that easily. I have to have a MS Word for iOS. This is MS Word for Windows operating system, MS Word for iOS separately. So that convertibility was not there. When they introduced this, they thought over, the research went on so nicely. First, that's why we call it as a Java is a platform independent. You write a Java program, the moment you get compiled, it gets compiled, you get a Java bytecode. Then you have an abstract language. JVM means virtual machine. As if you have a Java processor. Though your computer doesn't have a Java processor, but what you have is a Intel processor. But you have an app, you have a tiny software. What does it do? It takes this bytecode as if your program gets interpreted as if you are using a Java compiler. It's an abstract code, right? Then once if it gets interpreted means what? What do you mean by, what is the difference, major difference between the compiler and the interpreter? If you write a program of 20 lines, all the 20 lines gets loaded up, it compiles. Compiler always takes the whole program. It compiles and tells you what all the mistakes if found. Interpreter means is not like this. First it compiles. If it is error free, first line, then it goes to second line, then third line, and keeps going, right? So JVM, then the bytecode is taken by JVM and desired, it executes and desired output you get it. This is what the internal mechanism of your Java compilation process, which I have shown the diagrammatic representation. From here, as I told you, you can use any operating system here. Okay, you will not have any hassle-free switching over. Then the execution comes there and desired output you get. Desired output you get. After that, once if it gets compiled, okay, so if it gets interpreted, whatever maybe your program gives the output, you will be getting. Yeah. Now I am going to teach you the characteristics of Java. Quickly I will tell you. We call aura. What is the first characteristic of Java is aura. Write once, run anywhere. What do you mean by that? The Java programs need to be written just once, which can run on any platform without making changes in your Java program. Only the Java interpreter is changed depending upon the platform you work on. Just now I told you, right? Write once, run anywhere. That's what. The next one is called as, the second characteristic is lightweight code. What do you mean by lightweight code? I'll give an example. You write a simple Java Fortran program which may be of 4 kilobyte. The moment I compile the Java program, the file is simply multifold, very thickish file. The compiled program, the compiled what you call Java program simply inflates. Inflate means what? The 4 kilobyte of a text file becomes almost 400 kilobytes of your text file. 100 times it inflates. It what you call balloons, right? What happens is, those days we had a problem of transferring the program from one device to another device because the storage device capacities were very less. This is a huge problem. But these days they thought over very well. When the moment you compile it, the compiled file will not be that heavy file. This will be light. That's what. With the Java, big and useful applications can also be created with a very, very light code, and no huge coding is required. What do you mean by coding? Means programming. You need not write some programs of hundreds and thousands of lines. Java is known for a network environment, right? The moment you work on a network, there is always an issue of security. There is an always issue of a security, right? There is an always issue of a security. What happens is, Java offers many security features to make program safe and secured. What do you mean by that? When you are using in a multi-user environment, there is always a chance that it may be what you call some sort of loopholes may be there, but Java offers all the security measures. Then Java has a built-in graphics. Everything what you call, you can explain your what you call output in terms of graphics. So it has got a built-in graphics. Java do offer built-in. Java offers many built-in graphic features and routines which can be used to make Java applications more visual. Then, as I told you, Java is an object-oriented programming. Because just now I started today's class, if you want to call a language as an object-oriented programming, it should have how many qualities? 5 qualities. What are they? You need to be very, very familiar with this thing. Time and then I am repeating, boys and girls, pay attention. Data abstraction, data encapsulation, inheritance, modularity, and the polymorphism. Okay, Java is an object-oriented language. Thereby, we are very, very closer or nearer to the real-world entity. Java do support multimedia. What does it do? 6th quality is what? What is the 6th characteristic is? Multimedia is supported by Java. Multimedia is supported by Java. Do support multimedia. As I told you, Java is platform independent. What happens is Java is essentially a platform independent. You can change the platform, does not affect your original Java programs or your Java applications. So conveniently you can use this. It's a platform independent. Last one, last but not the least, what is that called as? It's an open product. What do you mean by open product? Java is an open product. What happens is you can go to the website, official website, and download it. They don't use the word called as free. It's a open source environment. Okay, what do you mean by that? Freely available to all. Whoever wants, go to the official website, right? Download this, start using. Okay, if you want to have 100% originality, you have to pay a very meager amount, right? These are all the features or the characteristics of Java, boys and girls. Now, there are 2 types of Java programs are there. Java programs are there 2 types. One is called as standalone. Another one is called as internet applet. What do you mean by that? APPLET. I read, you know what it is. Standalone computer. This was the concept, old concept. This is my computer system. I sit there, I write my program, I get the output. That's it. Standalone applications. What do you mean by internet applet? I write a program here in this computer, I put it in the server, whoever visits that website, that particular program gets triggered. It executes, in other words. It's called the Java applets. So there are 2 different types of Java programs are there. One is called as internet applet or standalone applications. Internet applet means, I'll give a simple example. Other day also I did tell you, any website you go, you find plenty of advertisements, right? You find plenty of. What happens is the company who want to advertise in your website, they pay you for 1 year or 1 month or 15 days, whatever may be that. So the developer, they design the program in their computer and put in the website, that is in the server. Whoever visits that website, the ad comes up, right? In other words, I write a program here, it doesn't run on this computer. Somebody else, the remote person, somebody logs in, then whose result will be shown in his node or a console or a workstation. They are all called as internet applet. Okay, boys and girls, that is what a very short program, it's a short chapter, introduction of Java. Now the 5th chapter. As I told you I will be taking around 5 videos. Already 4th video is this. I think I may require another 2 more classes, right? I'm going to begin the chapter number 5 is called as Java Fundamentals. I'm going to teach you the basics. I repeat again, I told you in the previous class. Okay, again I repeat again. Those who have not done the computer science before need not to worry, dear boys and girls. Absolutely no worry of any kind, because I'm going to begin from the scratch. Means I'm going to begin from ABCD of Java from this chapter. What I gave in the chapter number 4 is called as Introduction of Java, means just to know the basics. Now I am going to begin the real Java. I require, besides today's class, another 2 or at the most 3 classes I will have, then I will wind up this year. Right? So you will have your annual examination in the month of February, only this. Right? As I told you, there are quite a good number of students are there in 11 humanities. Science students had come, not all, a bunch of them did come, attend the classes, they submitted their notebook, I have corrected and given them back. They will be continuing the class 12 work on the same notebook, because it's quite big one and thickish one. You have to, because class 11 work is carry forward to 12 also. That's the reason I insist every batch. Same thing I'm telling you, boys and girls. Those who I'm reaching you out through this video, right? You need not to hurry, you need not to come now. If you have not submitted your notebook, whatever the video classes has been done so far, take down in your notebook. Okay, well wrapped up, neatly kept. In the month of February, if you have a physical examination, not online examination, offline, if you come here right in the examination, I will correct the book, your notebook, and I award you 30 marks for that. This is the procedure in ISC. All the subject, physics, chemistry, bio, environment science and computer, if you are taken, you will have 30 marks each. 70 marks for the theory, 30 marks for the practical. For the humanities students, those who have taken, those who have chosen as a computer science as your optional subject, you have to submit your notebook up to date. Whatever has been done in a thickish full-scape notebook, copy down all of them, get it corrected before the examination, so that you are entitled to get 30 marks. 70 marks will be the examination. Am I clear? Okay, before I could go to the chapter, just I'll give an intro. If you want to learn a new language, what would be the first class? The first class, the students are taught the alphabets of a language. Similarly, I am going to teach you the character set of a Java. Okay, I am taking the Java, chapter number 5, Java Fundamentals. Okay, now I am going to teach you right from the first class. I will teach you the Java character set, not characteristics. These are all the 8 characteristics. Okay, it's a open source. It's a open product. Now I am going to teach you the characteristic. For example, if I want to learn a language called as Hebrew, which is considered to be the most toughest language on earth, a language is called as Hebrew, because the first Holy Bible, if I am not mistaken, was written in a language called as Hebrew language. The person who wrote had a tough time to read. Hebrew language is most complicated. That's what people do say. Now, even if you want to learn any, for that matter, any language you want to learn, the first and foremost class would be the alphabets you will be learning. I am going to take just a minute of yours and do it. What are all the characters are allowed in Java? Characters. I will classify into 3. Plenty of characters are there. Okay, plenty of character sets are there. I am going to teach you, classify into 3. That's it. Simple. What I am going to classify, the first one is called as numerals or numerics or digits. Numerals, numerics, digits. Simple. They are 0 to 9. How many digits are there put together? There are just 10 digits are there, boys and girls. That's it, not much. 0 to 9. They are all called as numerics or numerals or digits, one and the same. All the three are same. The next